welcome to another episode, I guess. I guess you can call these episodes of Cooking with Bewley. Today, I am cooking, I don't know the exact name for it, so I actually like to call it a bagel sandwich. And really, you can do this pretty much any way that you want, technically. But, and I already have the bagels ready to go, buttered. Obviously you put butter on the bagels, and then you put them on the pan. So what goes into the bagel sandwich? I normally put 2 eggs, and you could have sausage or ham or turkey or bacon, or even cheese. Today I'm using 2 eggs and cheese. But you can really use, just about anything that you want, or you can use a combination, pretty much any combination, or a combination of all the things that I just listed, or, whatever. But, all I have is eggs and cheese. And so, like, if I had ham or turkey, I would also, add, to it. And then to top it all off, some kind of, sauce. And today I'm using ranch dressing, but what I actually like to put on my bagel sandwich more than ranch dressing is the spicy ranch. That seems to actually complement the, what I'm doing here very, very well, is spicy ranch. But if you don't have spicy ranch, or spicy ranch is too, spicy for you, ranch is another good thing that you could put on. But, like, if you are putting, sausages, on, or maybe hot dogs, because that's another thing that you could put on is, hot dogs. You can kind of cut a hot dog in half and then kind of put it on there. You can use barbecue sauce. I've used barbecue sauce before for this, and I know that sounds weird, but just think of how, there are some hamburgers, actually, there are some hamburgers that you can get at restaurants where they will put an egg with hamburger and then some kind of sauce. Well, this isn't a hamburger. These are 2 bagels, but it's basically almost, you kind of have to think about that. So it's not really out of the ordinary. It's actually very, very good, very high in protein, because one, you got the eggs, and then if I was to have ham or turkey or sausages, like, that's more protein there. And then obviously with adding cheese, that's more protein to that. So very, very high in protein. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. So you want this to be about here or here. It doesn't matter. Obviously, the hotter it is, the quicker it's going to get done. So you turn the oven on and you place, that there. I'm actually kind of reluctant to, say this. Like I have had this on my mind, basically, the entire day, really. And I didn't want to, I was wanting to actually talk about something else, but I just felt like, well, if I put it out there, people can pray. So people might be able to pray for me. But then also, who knows? It might help somebody else, or it might help because part of it is to do with, I just feel like it could also help, females, kind of understand that maybe how to love their man. I don't really know, but I know that God works in mysterious ways, and so yeah, I definitely believe that the Lord can use this in many, many ways. So that's really the reason why I've decided to, talk about it. And the truth is, I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I'm actually, I actually am getting to the point where there's a lot of things I'm getting tired of, because humans, we can only take so much. And that's really what I'm saying is there's something that I've just had it with, okay? To be brutally honest, I've had it with this thing, and there's, and I'm about to share this thing, and so you gotta understand that part of it is just me just being brutally honest and saying hey, I'm human. And I just got tired of being single. And yeah, you can laugh at that all you want, but the truth of the matter is, it's not just, being single. It's, I'm kind of tired of, it's almost like not being seen by females. Or even if I am, tired of, nobody saying anything or, showing, any signs, or even if they do speak, it's only because they view me as a friend and not as, a actual relationship, or, they're kind of saying they don't see me as a husband, which I know that would come later down the road, but like, just not really seeing me as attractive. Or even if they do, it's like they might grab my phone number or whatever, but then they don't follow up on the, me asking them out for coffee or, because that's not really a date. Like, there's people that call that a date, but like technically going out for coffee is just to talk to the person and kind of get to know the person better. It's not that's why going out for a coffee or just a movie is not a date, or a simple walk. It's not a date. It's to get to know the person that you're interested in. Like, now obviously, yes, the reason why you do that is because you would be interested in that person, but you're wanting to get to know them better as a person. You want to get, so you have to, there has to be a way to get to know the person that you're attracted to as a person, like in all of that. So, but it seems like even if there's, because I've ran into this issue many times, giving out my number and then all of a sudden they chicken out or they back out or whatever, and that's frustrating. And so what I'm saying is, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of, not being seen as attractive. I'm tired of being, from here and there being seen as attractive, but not, like following up, not them, I guess you could say, woman not viewing me as a relationship, just the whole 9 yards. I'm kind of getting sick of it. And so really, again, as I close out, I was, kind of thinking about how to say this and how to go about it. And I don't really know a good way to go about it or anything like that. So hopefully this, doesn't come out, like, I didn't make this video to offend anybody, or anything like that. So hopefully, like, it came out, decent, and it does, like, who knows? And hopefully it doesn't, send the wrong message, because it's like, just because I talk about this doesn't mean, because I'm not necessarily looking for somebody to put in the comments, "Oh, I'm here for you, baby." Like, give me a break. No, you're probably from the devil if you, now obviously, if you're a female and you feel led to, say like, "Oh, I think you're attractive," fine, go ahead. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the opposite gender, putting in the comments, "I think you're attractive," or anything like that. Like, that's not, so obviously you can do that. Like, I may not respond, but I definitely would appreciate hearing, just hearing that. But other than that, though, because I've had it, happen before, where I've had, comments like, "Well, I'll go out with you. And it's like, wait a minute, I don't even know you, first off. So if you're somebody like that, obviously you would be from the devil. But, you know, if you're somebody just commenting, saying, you know, that I'm attractive, hey, I can appreciate that. And maybe that's the whole reason, or the whole point. I mean, I will say this. I am somebody that feels like just being breadcrumbed, not just by women, but by the Lord. And so, like, I'm kind of tired of also being breadcrumbed. So, like, in all honesty, it feels like at the end of the day, I could still get all of these comments the saying, you know, from females saying how attractive I am. But, like, okay, I've kind of already heard that from like quite a few. Well, how's come if I'm so attractive, how's come I don't have, you know, how's come I'm still single? How's come I haven't met the one yet? And so that's, you also got to kind of think about that though as well. So, but yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean that I won't appreciate the comments, but yeah, like, I hopefully and I pray that, I mean, because there has to be, like, what I'm also frustrated with is, I know that there has to be somebody, I know that there has to be a woman out there that's not just attracted to me, but also wants to have a relationship and, you know, like, build that relationship into marriage, you know, down the road. Like, I know all of that, but yet it's frustrating when I know that there has to be, but I got my pole in the water because I know that there's fish, but there's no fish biting. So as you can see, I've already sliced the cheese up. I normally slice about 5 slices of cheese, and then you kind of want well, you can have it, you know, however you want, but I like mine, you know, kind of not too brown, not too dark. Put that on a plate, and then I kind of turn this off, but so I'll turn that back on, kind of turn it off, because so again, 2 eggs, and what I like to do with my eggs is take this and kind of beat the yolk like that. These are going to be sunny up eggs. No, I got shell in there. Get out of there. Get that shell out. And again, what I do to my eggs is I put some jalapeno butter, garlic, and then red pepper flakes. Kind of just a little bit. That should do it. That should do it. This one on there, in the center. Place your cheese on there, and then take your ranch or spicy ranch or whatever sauce you're using and kind of place it kind of around there. Obviously you can't, there's a hole there, so if you put anything in the middle, it's just going to be messy. So put that there. Now you're got your sandwich. If I didn't have this, it would be pretty dry. And so, but then this also gives it a little more flavor. So putting whatever kind of sauce you want on there is really the key. And boy, I'm kind of gonna have to apologize. I'm eating this not facing the camera. These are also a little messy, so which is why I'm kind of over here. But fantastic. Tastes really good. You get the sweetness of the bread, and then you get the egg and the cheese. Just